Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. In this video, we're going to troubleshoot the top 5 reasons why your gas dryer drum isn't turning, even though the motor is running. Stick around till the end of the video for an important dryer safety tip that most people don't even know about. But before we begin, we're going to make sure the appliance is unplugged or the circuit breakers are off, so there's no chance of electrocution. Also, make sure you turn off the gas valve at the wall. The first thing we're going to check is the drive belt. The drive belt links the drum to the motor pulley so it turns. Most times, if the drum isn't turning, it's either because the belt is broken or has fallen off the idler pulley. Once you have the dryer taken apart, you can check to see if the belt is still intact. If not, you'll need to replace it. If it looks okay, it may have slipped off the idler pulley, in which case you just need to reroute it through the pulleys. If you need to order a part, simply go to AppliancePartsPros.com and type in your model number. Find your part on the easy-to-read diagrams and match it to the number below. Click on the part if you want to see more pictures of the item or watch its repair video. You can also scroll down to see DIY stories from customers like you, or ask a question in the Q&A section. Once you're ready, you can add the part to your cart. It's that easy. Most orders will arrive within 2 business days. Next, we need to check the idler pulley. The idler pulley puts tension on the belt so the drum will turn. The idler pulley is mounted on the idler arm and rides on the idler axle. Depending upon the style you have, the parts may come separately or all together as a complete assembly. It's usually located down by the motor pulley so that the belt can be routed around it and the motor pulley. If any part of the pulley has failed, it could cause the belt to slip or fall off and prevent the drum from turning. Once you have the dryer apart, inspect the idler pulley. If the bearing in the wheel has failed, it can cause noise and excessive drag that could stop the drum from turning. Also inspect the axle. If it's damaged, you should replace it at the same time. Now we need to look at the front drum glides. They're what the front of the dryer drum rides on. There are a few different styles of glides. Even though they're different, they all do the same thing. They're usually located on the front panel, on the bulkhead, or on the drum itself. The most common issue with the glides is that they wear down, creating noise and friction, which can cause the drum to bind up. If you've determined that they're worn out, you'll need to replace them. As always, guys, hit those like and subscribe buttons now to help support us making more of these videos. Another reason the drum may not be turning is due to bad drum rollers and axles. The drum rollers and axles support the drum as it turns. The rollers have bearings in them that ride on the axles. Depending upon your style, you might have 2 in the back and 2 in the front, or just 2 in the back. Just like the glides, when they fail, you'll hear noise coming from the area, and the friction may cause the drum to stop turning. When inspecting the rollers and axles, you want to make sure that the rollers spin freely on the axles. If the bearings have failed and you caught it soon enough, the axles may still be okay, and you can just replace the rollers. If you need to replace any of the rollers, it's best to replace them all as a set. If any of the axles are scratched up, you can replace them as needed. The last thing we need to check, if your dryer has one, is the rear drum bearing. There are a couple different kinds. Each is meant to support the rear of the drum and allow it to spin freely. One style has a sleeve bearing mounted on the shaft, and the other is a ball mounted on the drum that sits in a bearing on the rear panel. To check it, you need to remove the drum from the dryer so you can inspect the bearing. Same as the others, if it's making noise or it's worn out and causing the drum to bind up, you'll need to replace it. Now here's that safety tip we promised you earlier. Dryers cause thousands of house fires every year. Most of these are caused by a buildup of lint. Lint and dust have a tendency to build up inside the dryer and vent, and are the first things to ignite. Make sure your lint screen isn't missing or damaged, or it will let lint into the vent hose. Also make sure you clean it after every load. If you have the flexible style ducting, it's recommended that you upgrade to the rigid metal kind to prevent lint buildup and the duct from accidentally being crushed. Make sure you follow the manufacturer's instructions when installing new venting. Failing to clean the dryer is the #1 cause of these fires, so make sure to clean the inside of the dryer, including the lint screen and blower housings, the ducting from the back of the dryer to the wall, and from the wall all the way to the outside of the house at least once a year. Once you take care of the problem, you can plug the appliance in and turn the gas back on. Thanks for joining us for another troubleshooting video brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons now, and if you have any questions or want to share how your repair went, leave a comment down below.